Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brett Keane, and today I'm going to talk about some sins that I commit that I'm not able to fix. It's one of the reasons why I don't know if I can call myself a Christian, why I repeatedly for the last couple of years have referred to myself as a theist. I figure since a lot of Christians are airing out their issues from being gay, Christians evicting each other from their homes, Christians calling each other liars, Christians attacking preachers on television, calling them false teachers and false prophets without actually knowing who they are. I figured I'd talk about some of my problems, and these are problems that I can't be talked to about, and they can't be fixed. I simply cannot follow some of the teachings of Jesus Christ. One of my problems, ladies and gentlemen, is, for example, just recently, they did a celebration right where the Twin Towers fell. They actually celebrated the fact that they are able to kill babies all the way up to 9 months in the womb. Now, for me, I can't forgive that. I can't say, yeah, that's cool. You know, I guess I'll see all these aborted fetuses whenever I get to heaven. It doesn't work like that for me. I can't just put that in the back of my mind and just shut the damn shutters on my heart and let that fly. That shit's too much for me. That makes me sick. That shit makes my fucking guts twist and turn. I can't do it. Earlier, I was about to do a video response to a fucking idiot on the internet by the name of the Raging Atheist. I asked him politely and respectfully, do not continuously call me names and insult me. He doesn't know me at all, but he's decided that he wants to continue to insult not only me, the way I look, but he also wants to insult my standard questions that I ask non-believers. And when I see somebody stupid like him, who is single, who can't get himself into a relationship, who's a complete and utter dirtbag, who will never amount to anything, talk to me like that, I can't do that whole thing of loving your enemy. I can't do that whole loving people who intentionally and deliberately fucking try to abuse me or mock me or try to humiliate me. As far as I'm concerned, if this fucking idiot ends up driving off of a cliff, I'm not going to feel even the least bit of fucking issue with that. I will sleep just fine at night, knowing that that piece of trash doesn't exist. I've also made some decisions in my life that are very important. There's been some people out there who've contacted me and said that they might be interested in having me as a host for the Drunken Peasants, or even that of Deep Fried Fat. A possibility. Now, I don't even know if these people who mention this are even connected with TJ in any way or Ben. But I thought about it, and at first I thought, wow, that might be fun. We'll bring up some nostalgia. We could get along and do some videos together and shit and make some money together, do some business. But then I got to thinking to myself, why the fuck would I do that for? Why the hell would I be on a show filled with fat bearded assholes who are insulting and disgusting towards religion as well as towards other non-believers? Why the fuck would I do that for? Why should I even care? Why should I even bother with these fucking losers? I've noticed that whenever I'm watching any of their videos, they can't even break fucking 10,000 views anymore. Most of their main videos on their main channels are not breaking 5,000. They've all become irrelevant. Nobody hardly even pays attention to that shit anymore. So why should I? They don't get enough views to be able to make the money to even pay me, even if they offered today for me to do that. So that's pointless. But back to what I was saying about Jesus. Jesus tells us to love our enemy, love our neighbors, and all that. And I can't honestly say that I like all my neighbors. In fact, I think that I would do better in this world if some of these neighbors did not exist at all. There's a lot of people on this planet that I think that are absolutely useless. I don't feel any objective morality towards keeping them around. I don't feel any kind of love whatsoever for the type of people that I see in social media when they get up on their videos and they lie. And they make videos saying, am I gay? I have sexual problems. I'm a pervert. I'm an alcoholic. I'm a drug addict. I'm this, I'm that, I'm blah, blah, blah. You know, it was a drunk driver that ended up killing my best friend in the whole fucking wide world. My best friend was on his way to college whenever I was 17 years old. He was on his way to college and a drunk driver pulled out and fucking smoked him. Knocked him off an embankment. He fell out of the car and actually had the car roll over on him and kill him almost fucking instantly. I guess I gotta thank God for the fact that since my friend died, it wasn't a slow, horrific way to go. It was quick. His lights were out just like that. I just can't do the whole love your neighbor and love your enemy and do unto others you want done unto yourself. Because the reality is that a majority of the world, and I'm not just talking about atheists, I'm talking about fucking religious people, do not treat each other the way they want to be treated. So if I'm continuously giving of myself, every Christian that needs a roof over their head, I were to take them in and then they fucking abuse me or they lie or whatever, then I'm supposed to still do unto them as I went done unto myself? Absolute bullshit. That's fucking nonsense. If somebody murders my children right in front of me and then rapes my wife, as many atheists have claimed that they would like to do, I'm supposed to love my enemy. I'm supposed to respect them. I'm supposed to be okay with that. Well, fuck that nonsense. It doesn't work. And I don't believe that Jesus actually stands for that either. He may have whenever he was on the earth, but he doesn't whenever he's in heaven. According to the Bible, he's going to return, and he's going to scorch the fucking earth. He's going to kill 90% of humanity, and the others are going to be judged before him. And a lot of them, according to the Bible, is a very narrow margin. Meaning that there's a lot of religious people out there, and definitely non-believers, who are going to fucking roast for all eternity. That's if you believe in Dante's Inferno hell. I'm an annihilationist personally, which means I believe their soul will be obliterated, annihilated, destroyed. I have become sickened and bitter at seeing how humanity is. And there's no way that I can hold the reputation of the label Christian. I'm not like an atheist where I'm going to claim that I care about the well-being of humanity and that I want to do everything that contributes and benefits the tribe. Because personally, if that was my position, I don't see the tribe as worth fucking saving. I don't see a point in giving and fucking contributing to a tribe that's absolute garbage to me and wouldn't even care if I was dead tomorrow. I find that a majority of religious people I interact with, as well as atheists, are arrogant, narcissistic pieces of shit. That's where I'm coming from. You know what? Whenever I made my videos telling Vigilant Christian that he needs to change, he needs to stop the homosexuality, he needs to lay out the drugs and the alcohol, I sincerely cared about him because I truly believed that he actually wanted to do better in his life. But after 10,000 videos of him whining and crying, I give a dick about the tears that are coming down his face now. I don't give a shit. And I can see that a lot of atheists are using him, as well as religious people, trying to get him on their live shows so they can talk about his problems and his shit so they can bring views to their own channel. It ain't about Jesus at all. Notice when I did my videos to Vigilant Christian, I didn't ask him for anything in return. I didn't ask him to come on my live show. I didn't ask him for shit. If he would have contacted me, I would have been more than happy to help him and give him some advice and suggestions back whenever this first started. Now, I don't care. But one thing that really fucking perked me up and really set my soul on fire was whenever religious people came to me and said, Brett, we all sin. You shouldn't be pointing out his sins or his issues and all this, even though the Bible instructs me to do that. They're just going to make an excuse and say, well, we're all sinners anyway. And then what happens a year from now if this guy ends up having a fucking nervous breakdown, ends up in the hospital, or worse, he dies from drugs, or he ends up killing somebody because he's got a drinking problem? Then all the Christians are going to stand around like fucking dumb pigeons, clucking at the fucking bread on the ground in the park, talking about, oh man, I had no idea. Well, I'd heard he had some issues and problems, but he must not have prayed enough. He must not have had enough faith to change his ways. And then it'll be just another dead, dumb Christian. I left a comment on Godless's YouTube channel out there. I seen a video where she's got herself and G-Man arguing with atheists, them claiming that they evolved from fucking fish. Jeez. And I said, you know what, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold on to this Christianity thing, and I'm definitely not going to sway towards atheism because I don't like either group. I do, however, like Godless. I think that she, there's a sweetness about her. And I said to her, I don't think I can do this anymore. I think that I'm going to do my own thing, which is anti-human. I am sick and tired of fucking people. I'm sick and tired of it. They make me want to fucking puke. When I read some of the comments on some of these people's YouTube channels, I love it when I have religious people as well as atheists come to my comments board and they pretend to be all friendly and, oh, Brett, I really like your intro. This was a great fucking video. Good shit. Brett, I just love your stuff. I'm a big fan. And then you go watch some like troll video where somebody's making it look like you're an animated cartoon and somebody's taking a fucking German or Brazilian shit on you. You scroll down to look in the comments and those same fucking people 5 minutes ago who fucking told you how much they love you, they're now all systematically taking a shit on you. I can't stand people. They fucking annoy me. You know what? If I wake up tomorrow morning and 90% of these atheists and religious people, they were to disintegrate, like the movie Infinity Wars, the Avengers and shit, I don't think I'd consider that a loss at all. Actually, I think when I watch Avengers Infinity War, one of the things I liked about it was the fact that fucking people started just turning into ash. I didn't like it that Spider-Man died. I'll give you that. I didn't like it that some of my favorite superheroes died, but if that were to happen to like a majority of assholes out there, or these people out here that offer no usefulness whatsoever, I think that my day would probably go off without a hitch, and I'd actually find myself blushing and smiling with happiness about it. And you know what's really sad, ladies and gentlemen? Before I came to YouTube, before I started doing videos, I was one of the nicest fucking people that you would have ever met or talked to. I actually cared about the human race. I believed that there was possibility that there could be change in the world and that we could all unite and connect under one. But now I know, after a decade of putting up with the human race and being connected to social media sites that reach out all around the world, I fucking know. I fucking know there ain't no hope. And the end couldn't come any sooner. If it wasn't for my wife and kids and shit, I wouldn't see any fucking point. and putting up with any of this shit anymore. Well, that is that, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a wonderful fucking day.